you take a look at something like Three Godfathers, a movie directed by John Ford and starring John Wayne, you don't necessarily think Christmas. However, there is actually more Christmas in it than meets the eye. The movie tells the story of three cattle rustlers who are doing their cattle rustling thing, but then they stumble across a woman who has a baby, and the woman dies, and so it is up to these three godfathers to usher this baby into his next of kin, pretty much. This was one of the products of the years-long partnership between the Johns of Wayne and Ford. If you just think of John Ford as this scene from The Fabelmans,
no, where's the horizon?
I assure you, John Ford was one of the greatest directors of all time. He worked pretty much almost exclusively with John Wayne, and he just made some of the most foremost westerns of all time, like The Searchers immediately springs to mind. Watch The Searchers if you have not. It is really good. But John Ford and John Wayne just produced nothing but magic in their careers, and honestly, the Christmas connection is a bit tenuous, but there is enough to make it sort of at least a Christmas adjacent movie. It's literally about three wise men delivering a baby to a family. I mean, there's some Bible connections in there somewhere. This movie is actually a remake. It was a remake of a silent film from 1919 called Marked Men, and it starred Harry Carey. Ironically enough, Harry Carey's son, Harry Carey Jr., is one of the three wise men in the movie, and the movie is dedicated to the memory of Harry Carey, which was a very nice touch. One thing I appreciated is that the movie doesn't treat like the whole three men and a baby thing like, the baby just like he needs a change, and like they don't do like the typical slapstick thing. The movie actually shows these dudes as like struggling, but in a way where it's not slapstick. It's actually quite understandable because they're cattle rustlers. They're not supposed to be parents in the traditional sense. And the movie does a good job of showing that, yeah, they're hard-hearted, but on the inside they do care. And they want to get this baby to his destination of Welcome, Arizona. That's literally the name of the town, Welcome. I love the camaraderie between these three rustlers, and whenever they especially make fun of the sheriff named Buck Sweet, played by longtime co-star in Wayne movies Ward Bond, it's low-key like a lot of fun. I got a kick out of those scenes. And overall, this movie is just a nice story. Like, it's not just nice for John Ford and John Wayne, but it's just a nice story overall. So even if the Christmas connection is kind of leery, I still give it a recommendation.